feeling today? And in one sentence, what do you need today?
I'm feeling inspired. What do I need today? I need to get an eraser for my new whiteboard because I'm just been using this, and so I need to get an eraser. How about you?
I'm feeling accomplished, and I need focus and elimination of distractions. Would you like to kick it off and talk about what you have merged to production? Because you've been in dev mode and you've been merging some stuff to prod.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let me make sure that there are no environment variables anywhere open before we do this.
Which, speaking of, we still haven't cycled, have we?
We have not cycled. I have to do it. I looked. It doesn't. It does show them. I mean, it would be way easier if you just deleted the YouTube account, but or there
And deleted the Facebook. I mean, deleting things from the internet is always.
Yeah, that's true.
Once it's on the internet.
Yeah, that's something I had to go and do. Wait, let me just double check before we do this.
If you don't do it by Monday, I can do it when I come back.
Okay, cool. Let me open my cursor. I don't even need cursor. I'm just going to do this.
Just share the end results, right? You've merged to prod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not sharing right now, am I? Give me a
You're
sec.
not.
Share screen. Okay, so this week, some fun things. Number one is, let's sign in. Let's go to an artist project. And this is something I want to get a fix as well this week, is this recent chats just takes fucking forever. All right. So we now have, when you use the chat, if it requires web search, it now shows you very clearly what it's searching. You can click on the link. So what festivals should we play next year, and who do I contact? Let's just start there. And look what just happened. All recent chats just went away. Little buggy for recent chats. All right, so now you can see it shows you what the search is. It searches, it takes your query and turns it into 3 different searches across the internet and shows you exactly what it's going to search. And if you're interested, you can go and click this and it pulls right up if it's going to work. Let's see. Maybe just give it a second. We'll come back to it while it does that. But it pulls up the actual page. So it's, the cool part is it knows who the artist is. So it knows that it's trying to find a small intimate music festival and not fucking Bonnaroo, although it probably suggested that as well. Let's see. Here we go. End of the Road Festival Launch Music Conference. I never would have guessed any of these. So that's cool. And so, yeah, that is the main ship right now, is the search API that we are using has been updated to Perplexity Search API. What else did I ship this week? There was a bug that I just shipped, or I just fixed, which was preventing file up, or it wasn't preventing file uploads. It was telling the user that when they change something in their files, that it was unsuccessful, even though it was being successful. So if you go to reports, oh shit, we don't have anything in there. Let's go back to data. Nothing in there yet. Where's my shit? Here's prompts. All right, here we go. So here's a prompt for a style guide, new chat. I can now go in and say, update the at. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, see, this is something interesting. Why is it not finding that? Right. Well, I'll just show you this brand project history. We'll update that to include a smiley face. And so now it will find it. Oh, this is something that's not. All right, so I'm seeing there's a little bit of issues with this still. What's going on? Live demo day. When the shit you shipped doesn't, you can't recreate it. Now this is just showing me other issues because it's like it's listing files. It can't find anything, but it's also successfully creating shit. Let's go see what it did. Where was that? I don't even know where that shit was. Documents. All right, that was a fun demo of that. And then what else did I ship? The other thing is Composio, but I don't have anything to show for it because we haven't connected any tools to that infrastructure yet. So that's next, is setting that up. I'll stop there. What'd you ship today? What'd you ship this week, Sweets?
This week was focus on catalog. So I just went to catalog. We've already demoed that you can bulk upload, and we now have the ability to analyze the full catalog. And the next step is augmenting that catalog metadata. So I have been analyzing, and I'll just show an existing chat that I've had. You're right, mine take forever to load, and then it fails because I likely have more than Supabase query. We're now getting at the point of scale with chats where artists have a lot of chats, and I'm sure we're just naively trying to get them all instead of paginating them, which could speed it up as well as prevent some of these failures. So if I say something like Nike needs a playlist for Halloween, it'll take a query like, well, there we go. So then it selects my catalogs first. And what it was doing before was it was only getting, this next tool call was only getting a batch of like 20 songs or a maximum of 100 because that's what our API we've allowed. What it does now is this tool call has a hierarchy. So this first thing that it does is it iterates to get all of the songs from the catalog. Then it batches them in sets of 100 and runs the LLM against it and says, out of this batch of 100, how many, extract any songs that are going to meet this criteria. And this is the criteria. The criteria should include high energy, dark pop, hip hop, electronic remixes, instrumental beats. I'll specify the catalog ID. And so here's the actual criteria, such as include, so it gets a criteria and a catalog ID, and then it filters it. Sid ran into an issue where it would pull too many. And so now I've got it in a recursive function. Recursive means the function will continue to call itself until there is less than 1,000 songs. So it will never stop and give you a response until there's less than 1,000 songs. If after the first pass, there's still over 1,000, it throws that the filtered list of over 1,000 songs, but less than 11,000, throws that filtered list back in and runs the same criteria and does it again. And it keeps filtering on itself until it has less than 1,000 songs. So this could be a process that takes a while. We could update this to give more customer interface feedback. But for now, we're here. Where I'm going next, you'll see when it finishes, we're using the same tool component as for uploads. So it'll show the songs that it picked, Not a lot of detail in there, so I want to amplify that coming into next week, as well as an upload CSV button. And what I'm going to be doing today and going into next week is whenever you use the API, because Recoup client is using the same, we're querying our backend API, the same backend API that anybody else can use if they go to our docs. The post for adding songs to the catalog, we're already pulling data from Spotify based off of the ISRC. We aren't leveraging any sort of analysis on it. So what I'm doing next is for each song that is being added to a catalog in our backend API, analyze the song first, pull in, we've got a bunch of data from Spotify. Let's try to use that to get some notes. And then also search the web, our web search post that Sid just released, to be able to pull in info that might apply to any song, beats per minute, info on the artist, info on the song, press release, lyrics, to then generate a note section. And that way we can increase the accuracy and the reasoning of how it is picking the songs that it's picking right now. So I'm going to be focused initially on that for next week. The big things I would like to change are, one, what I just said, add in a notes column and be able to analyze from Spotify and from web search data information about a song so that when it's processing, it can process with higher reasoning abilities. I would like to update the tool that hopefully shows when this finishes to show more of the song info. Right now, it's just showing the ISRC in the UUID in our database. I'd like it to actually show, here's the song title, here's the notes, here's the artist, so that way I can actually see the songs that it fits. I want to add a button in to be able to see full catalog, and you click the button and it takes you to a catalog page where I can just review my full catalog. I even thought something like maybe even adding a prompt on that page of being like, when I'm on my catalog, being able to ask queries just against it of filter this for Halloween or filter this for Valentine's, and just on the catalog page having its own chat to be able to take my massive catalog and then just run queries against it to sort it.
That's
and
cool.
all of that, I want to be able to dry the components. So that way we're not duplicating work. But when you upload songs, it's using the same UI component as when you query songs, what we're doing right now. And I want to use those same components on the catalog page. That way, when we are working on one UI component, that same component is reused in other places so that every update we make, it is reproduced and released into the other areas. If I'm able to get that done, I would like to, personally, I want to update the Sora tool to do Sid's feedback of when I create a Sora video, I don't have to ask it to create the video and then pull for the result and then give me the video, but just when I create, that UI component does those steps automatically. That way I can just generate more videos and use those into my own as an artist practice. That is it for me on what I've delivered and what I'm working on next week. Sid, do you want to talk anything about what you're working on next week before we start to wrap up?
I have a call that I'm late for. I just realized at 11, so we got to jump. But I will say that awesome job, and I'm excited for next week. And yeah, if you get all of that shit done, which would be fucking incredible, then I'll set up a demo for Monday, like ASAP. And then if that happens, and it's like a if you do complete, then like MIQ is like we have a giant eval list. How do we improve those evals? Like, let's get right back to the improving evals.
It's a good call. Cool. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday for our Monday check-in. Make sure to like and subscribe.